It is my honor, therefore, to address us this morning, the Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Scarrett.
Thank you very much. Let me, first of all, recognize the presence of my friend and colleague, Honorable Reuben Blackmore, the Minister responsible for Energy. His Excellency Vince Henderson, our permanent representative to the United Nations and Chairman of CITSDOC, the Steering Committee. Dr. Manga, the Director of Energy and Climate Change Branch of the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO. Our dear friend from Austria, Mr. David Mockenhuber, Program Manager of Central American and Caribbean Austrian Development Agency. Distinguished delegates and presenters at this workshop, representatives of regional and international organizations, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the media, friends all, good morning. On behalf of the government and people of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and on my own behalf, I wish to welcome all of you to the Nature Isle of the Caribbean. We are truly delighted that you have chosen the most naturally beautiful island in the Caribbean chain as the location for such an important workshop. I have ensured that you will receive the best of Dominican hospitality, thus guaranteeing that you have a productive and enjoyable stay on the island. It is no secret that our Caribbean islands, like other small island developing states throughout the world, are burdened with the high cost of energy generally and electricity in particular. In 2012, the Caribbean states paid an average of US 40 cents per kilowatt hour of electricity. This makes the Caribbean, with the exception of Trinidad and Tobago, uncompetitive for doing business in an increasingly hostile and competitive global environment. Exorbitant electricity cost results in the high cost of basic goods and services, thus placing tremendous financial strain on families, especially the less fortunate. The impact is also felt by our private sector. Fortunately, the good Lord has blessed us with an abundance of renewable sources of energy. Our responsibility as regional governments, therefore, is to ensure that we can harness these sources of energy for the benefit of our people. The transformation of our energy sector from the dependence on expensive imported fossil fuels to one that is powered by clean sources of renewable energy should be our priority, individually and indeed collectively. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, building capacity, resource assessment, and research and development in renewable energy must be at the top of our agenda. The consolidation of regional institutions to better service the needs of our member states is a critical component to accelerate the development of renewable energy and to enhance energy efficiency in our region. An institution that is focused on providing training, policy advice, the mobilization of resources, and research and development would provide critical support to our countries. It is in this context that I endorse fully the establishment of the Caribbean Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency, CCREEE, or CCREEE. The government of Dominica is convinced that CCREEE has the potential to play an important role in renewable energy and energy efficiency in the Caribbean, like ICREEE has done for East Africa. On behalf of the government and people of the Commonwealth of Dominica, the Caribbean, and on my own behalf, I wish to sincerely thank the government and people of Austria for their contribution to our development efforts. The government of Austria, as a member of the European Union, is a traditional development partner of the government and people of Dominica and the government and people of the Caribbean. The contribution of Austria through its development agency, ADA, to the establishment of the Caribbean Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency is a demonstration of Austria's commitment to the advancement of the lives of our Caribbean people. I here and now pledge Dominica's commitment to assist with the successful implementation of this very important initiative. The leadership of the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, towards the establishment of CCREEE has been commendable. UNIDO has demonstrated that it is a genuine partner in development by working with member states to meet their goals in a manner that is not very common with international agencies and organizations. We look forward to a long and productive relationship with UNIDO as we work with mutual respect and with a common goal to improve the lives of our people. SIDS-DOC, an initiative by SIDS for SIDS, continues to assist SIDS to meet their renewable energy and energy efficiency goals. The request from SIDS-DOC to create centers for RE and EE through the SIDS is a further effort to advance the RE and EE agendas of its members. I wish to commend the hard work and dedication of my friend and Ambassador Henderson, the chair of SIDS-DOC Steering Committee, Dr. Albert Bingo, the coordinator, and Ms. Christine Duncan and the other members of the Secretariat. Wish to sincerely thank you for your very hard work. My government's support for SIDS-DOC emanates from our firm belief that RE and EE have the potential to transform the lives of our people and economy, and that SIDS-DOC has the potential to assist in that process. Development is not about debating, it's about doing. SIDS-DOC is doing, and we are proud to be associated with it. We must therefore move quickly to do and to establish the CCREEE. One of the weaknesses with EE and RE initiatives in the Caribbean is the abundance of talk, studies, policies, and recommendations, but very little projects to demonstrate the benefits of RE and EE. Several studies that have been conducted in the Caribbean identify the lack of political will as a major barrier to the development of RE and EE. The lack of adequate investments in these areas has also been identified as one of the failures of regional governments. Dominica has displayed the political will and leadership to move RE and EE by its significant investments in them over the years. Since the 1980s, Dominica has been generating about 25% of its electricity from hydropower. From 2001, the government of Dominica, in collaboration with its partners, invested over US $25 million in the development of geothermal energy thus far. Negotiations are currently underway to construct the first geothermal power plant for domestic supply. Our consultants have advised that the first plant will be commissioned by 2016. This will allow us to transition from the dependence on the imported and expensive fossil fuels. Clearly, the government and people of Dominica have demonstrated political will and strong leadership in pursuing the deployment of RE. Dominica's geothermal energy development to date is a best practice for island states across the world pursuing the development of a geothermal resource. We are prepared to share with the Caribbean and other states our experiences. By 2019, Dominica will become the only small island developing state to export electricity. The partnership between the government of Dominica and a French consortium will develop a geothermal power plant for export and subsea transmission lines to our French neighbors, Guadeloupe to the north and Martinique to the south. The royalties earned from the partnership will become a major source of revenue for Dominica. The cost of electricity in Dominica will rival countries with more advanced economies and producers of oil and gas. I understand and respect the process that will go into the selection of the host country for the CCREEE. However, having highlighted Dominica's RE efforts and taking into consideration that Dominica has the highest percentage of RE in its energy mix among the Caribbean countries, I want to take this opportunity to suggest to you that Dominica would be the ideal location for the Caribbean Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency. And I suspect by the smiles and the gesticulation that we have the support of the delegates here present. I wish you a productive workshop and a most pleasant and enjoyable stay in our nature isle, Dominica. May God bless our efforts at achieving our goals for renewable energy and energy efficiency in our region. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister.